So, you want to know if a guy views a relationship transactionally, or you want to know if he's really in it for you, aka, is it real or is he just a fucking loser? Beautiful thing here is they're just going to tell you, keep in mind that these same guys want to build a tribe, they want to find like minded men. So, they will say things like,
but a lot of people would say you could have the same thing without dropping 30.
Whenever he says a lot of people would say that 35K on a ring, you can get the same thing without that, that's just loser behavior. I would never say that in my entire life. First of all, because I don't believe it. Second of all, because I'm socially aware enough to know that saying or even believing or embodying such a thing is such a gigantic loser red flag. Any guy that says something like you can achieve the same thing with less or quantifies what a woman is worth for you is just so far removed from reality. So it's not even like, oh, I just disagree with you. I'm like, dude, we are like totally on different planets.
So I get a partner that's loyal. I get the mother of my children. I get the most beautiful woman that I've ever, been around.
Now that is fucking king behavior. And the reason why is because listen what he's talking about. He is talking about the result of his investment, the mother of his family, the mother of his children, the most beautiful woman he's ever seen. He's not thinking about anybody else but him and her. He's thinking about them, his future, this beautiful woman that's there. She's so fucking gorgeous. She just gets it. She's in tune with him. She looks so happy. And the other guy is talking about how you could achieve the same thing with less. No, you cannot. How can you quantify something like love and the mother of your children? How can you? Well, you can't with a reasonable mind. But if you're just completely delusional, like the interviewer, you can. Because in his eyes, that 35,000 cha-ching number, all he's thinking is how can that be reciprocated? He should inherently know that his love will be reciprocated, but no, he's not thinking about it like that because not only does he view relationships transactionally, he views his woman as nothing more as something that can give him something. That 35K number, he's trying to imagine how much more fun he could have with that stuffed in his pocket. He's going to hang out with his friends and gamble it all the way in a weekend and get absolutely wasted and probably cheat on you. I don't want to split hairs here. Sure, not everybody wants a $35,000 ring. People all have their own opinions about this kind of thing. So who am I to speak for anybody? But listen, if this resonates with you, you know damn well what I'm talking about. A guy that's going to have a problem with a certain price range on his wife is just thinking about what he could go do with that money without his wife. And you know what that means? He's going to cheat on you. It's not even about the price. It's not even about that actual objective. Well, 35K or 20K, what's the difference? It's about the way the people react to these questions, like a therapist or a psychology session, or like an interview, or like a lie detector test or something like that. It doesn't really matter what you say. It just shows the actual premise, like your actual principles. That guy that says you could achieve the same thing with less, the interviewer, I promise he cheats. Like, I promise. So these men, again, it's not about the price. It's about the actual reaction to the question. These men are never going to be satisfied. These men want everything. They want all the women. They want 30 dates a month. They don't want the mother of their children. That's why he has a problem with it, because the mother of his children is actually something real. And guess what? It's a real problem for him when he wants to go do whatever he wants. And whenever she has boundaries or standards, to him, she's just yapping her freaking gums.
Imagine you being in this situation. Let me know what you would do in the comments. TikTok, this video is for educational purposes.
On the question, ladies and germs. So it is a question. Sorry. Renee, my girlfriend of 4 years, told the cops that my drugs were hers. She did the time for me. I thought the judge would be lenient because she didn't have a record. Nope. She received 2 years in prison and lost her job. I visited her twice, but the ride to the prison was too long and I met someone else. I don't accept her prison calls, but I replied to her letters. She's getting released in August and expects to come back to her apartment. The landlord let me renew the lease in my name due to the circumstances, and I've been paying rent. But my new girlfriend is pregnant and stays with me. I told my girlfriend that Renee died when we first hooked up. So she's been wearing Renee's clothes as well.
He didn't do anything right.
How to fix things with my girlfriend when Renee returns. How to gently let Renee know she's been replaced and her apartment is mine.
He don't fuck with Renee at all.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I would have got out and went right back in. Y'all would have literally seen me on an episode of Snap. Now, remember, if anybody loves you, they would never put you in that situation. It's the fact that he was disloyal to a woman that was loyal to him. Like, he risked his own freedom but let his woman be the sacrificial lamb. So, ladies and fellas, make sure you find somebody you can build with, and it's not gonna put you in situations like this. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. And like I said, TikTok, this video is for educational purposes.
Oh yeah, let me pick a guy that can't get over to my house because he needs gas money or his bus pass expired and he doesn't get paid till Monday. Let me pick a guy to have a baby with that may or may not be able to frickin' buy diapers and formula. Let me pick a guy that can't take me anywhere on any vacation. Why would you pick a dude that doesn't have any ability to contribute financially to your life as well? To me, that's not a gold digger. That is a smart, intelligent woman being more selective in her choosing. You know, and people want to call them gold diggers. And you know who usually calls them gold diggers?
Who's that?
The ones without the gold.
I noticed that the lights were on, so I'm thinking that this is the kind of man that Tyler Perry was talking about that could only pay the light bill. See, the idea of marrying for love sounds romantic. They always sell you on this idea that it's so beautiful. I will love you in a cardboard box under a bridge, until you actually have to love that man in a cardboard box under the bridge. And the first thing that goes out the window is that quote unquote love. One of the biggest reasons why couples break up or why they fight is because of money. And if you know that going in, it's one of the things that I think it's important for you to be equally yoked with. People always think about equally yoked in the Bible about like just being like the same religion. No. Are we on the same page about a lot of things, about our core values? It's always the men with no money at all that's talking about, what about love? If you love me, why you need a ring that costs more than $1,500? If you love me, why do I need to give you a ring at all? If you love me, why we got to have a big wedding? It's always the men who don't have enough or don't have much to offer you that's going to harp on love. It's about love. It's about love. But if she gains some weight, they're out of there. I played this video a couple of months ago. This man made a video. He was talking about all the different things that women said men left him for. One of them said that the wife lost her hair due to chemo, and he likes chicks with long hair. What? Another one was like, his wife was allergic to sand, I want to say. And he's like, I want the kind of woman that can go with me to the beach. These are the same kind of men that want you to overlook everything and the slightest, smallest little thing. And they'll say, you know what? I don't think I want to do this anymore. That's why I say, get what you want. They're not settling for you, so don't you dare settle for them.
He basically said, he looked like he could afford me. Not is giving buy one, get one free. Not is giving 20% off. Not clearance. I look affordable.
And this is the absolute truth. Like, men don't typically approach the women who are all dolled up, where they have their nails and their hair and their outfit. Like, you could tell this woman puts a lot of time and energy into herself, the perfume and all that. Those are the women they're typically intimidated by. They're afraid to approach those women because they're afraid that they don't make enough, that they're not established enough, that woman's going to want more from them than they can actually afford to give her. They're not going to approach a woman like that. Now, if you're outside and you're looking like you just rolled out of bed, you may get more men that want to holler at you because they're looking at you and they're gauging and they say, I could afford that. I could afford to be with a woman who's not getting her hair done, her nails done, who doesn't put on makeup and all that, even though they don't know that you could be both. That you could be the same person who runs to Walmart in slides and a bonnet, and you might also, when it's time for you to show up on a weekend or a Friday night or a date night, you can also show up. They don't know that. But all they know is what they see, and they gauge you based on that. And some men do go for the women that they feel are affordable because they don't want to help you to do anything to help you maintain your look or any of those things. Now, sadly, some of those men will get with you, but then they'll cheat on you with a woman who does put that time and effort into the look because that's what they want. It's just not what they can afford.
Let's say in an event I couldn't afford no wedding like that.
Then we wouldn't be getting married.
So that's what it's about.
That's
then.
Exactly
it's about the money.
It's not about the money. It's about what I want, and what I want is.
But I thought what you wanted was me, though. I thought we was doing this for our love.
We can do that for love. That's
See, I just want to live like a normal, little, nice, little, happy, quiet life. But she want to be all festive.
Yes, because I'm a festive person.
And try to keep up with the Joneses, like. That's not what
I
it's
don't even know the
about.
Joneses. I'm a festive person, and I like to have the best, and I deserve the best. And that's
That's
what you
social
said you
media.
want to give me.
That's social
So then do
media
that.
stuff
Live
out
up to
your
your
head.
words. Stop being cheap.
That's social media stuff
Live
out
up to
your
your
head.
words.
messed
Stop
up,
being
for
cheap.
real.
I'm not getting married at no
I
courthouse.
mean,
That don't
nothing
even
cheap
sound
about
right.
me, but I'm just
Like,
saying.
that's like a joke right
it's-
now. You
we could be using
Say
those
what you want.
expenses for other stuff.
okay? You
I'm
can
saying
make more money
to-
for other stuff after we get my wedding that I want. So don't ask me to
It's
marry
impossible.
you. Don't ask me to marry you at your no courthouse. That don't even
So
sound
do
right.
you want to marry me or you want to marry my wife?
Now, this is exactly what I was talking about when I said this about a month ago. One of the main reasons that couples fight is money. So whether money is an issue initially or eventually, it usually comes down to money. So if you all have a different relationship with money, if you all feel that money, somebody might feel like money is about using it for just goods and services. And somebody might feel like, no, money is for having a good time, for celebrating, for eating well, for traveling. Those kind of differences, they will eventually come up. And even if one partner overlooks the other partner's differences, over time, it's going to wear on you. It's going to wear on you that this man is being cheap and stingy and you can't travel anymore and dine out. And it's going to wear on him that instead of saving money for a new car or a new carburetor or something boring, that you rather go to Dubai for the second time. Like, whether it's now or later, your differences in how you feel about money, how you handle money, how you spend money, your relationship with money is going to eventually become a problem. So why take it even further when you already see the red flags? If you're not on the same page about money initially, I'm telling you, it will eventually be the thing that breaks you up. I don't even know how this couple got this far. Like, if she likes the finer things in life, likes everything to be extravagant, and he says he wants a nice, simple life, how did y'all even get to the point where you even want to get married? You don't even want the same things in life. Neither of them seems willing or able to propose something that will make both of them happy. So they're both going to be miserable. Or somebody's going to feel cheated and feel slighted because the other person got their way. You don't want to start off a marriage with resentment. And that's exactly what's going to happen if either one of them gets exactly what they want and there's no compromise. There's nothing wrong with what either of them is asking for. They're just asking the wrong person for it. This just proves they're incompatible. If you want a nice, quiet life, you need to find a woman who also likes a nice, quiet life. And if she wants extravagant, the nice things in life, girl, he's not it. They're just not compatible. They're not wrong. They're incompatible.
You've been getting food stamps this whole time. I've been struggling, working 2 jobs.
Told you I've been getting food.
Who the office did? My worker that's been denying me for the last 6 months. You tell me we're going to be all right. We're going to work through it. But are we? No. No wonder why you not hungry. You're never hungry. You're never eating when we're struggling.
And this is what I talked about before, making sure that you're not sleeping with the enemy. I don't care if that man lays next to you every night. I don't care if he kisses you on your forehead before you go to sleep. That does not mean that man is on your side, that he believes in you. Some of these men will be with you because it's convenient. They'll be with you because of obligation. They'll be with you for any number of reasons, but it doesn't have to be love. Tyler Perry, come to the front. Don't be shy. This the kind of man you're telling single women they need? This is the kind of light bill paying man you're saying that somebody needs? I'm sure he loves her, but they're out here struggling. He's turning her into a mule. She's working 2 jobs. This is the kind of fairy tale they try to sell you on. Love will feed you when you're hungry. Love will, as if love is going to be what the mortgage company accepts as payment. Like, they're still going to evict you even if you love him and he loves you back. Like, no. Like, that level of disrespect, the fact that he would take food out of the mouth of the woman that he's living with and his child and selfishly use it for himself. I don't care if he's selling the food stamps. I don't care if he gave the food stamps to his mother. I don't care what he did. The fact that she's working 2 jobs and you have a way to help her out and you choose not to, you selfishly choose not to, the man never denied it. Well, where'd you find this out at? Like, who told you I was doing this? Let me see the paper. He said everything except you didn't do it, bro. You're guilty. Ladies, I'm getting ready to tell you something that raggedy men all around the world already know. The easiest way for them to derail your success, for them to interfere with your future, is to make you the mother of one of their children. I need you to guard your womb even more than you guard your heart. Because you can get over heartbreak, But 18 years being associated with a raggedy man? Like some of these men, they impregnate women on purpose. Sometimes they impregnate women to get back at you. They know good and well that $200 child support payment is not enough for you to do anything. That guarantees that you'll struggle financially. And then if they really want to hurt you, then they'll say they don't want anything to do with the child. So now you're trying to make sure your child has two parents, and now all of a sudden you're chasing behind this raggedy man, which is exactly what he always wanted. Listen, ladies, guard your heart, but don't forget your womb. Some men impregnate women out of spite. They want you to struggle. They want you to be a baby mama when you always wanted to be a wife. Some of them do it intentionally. Especially if you think you're a good girl, or if you think you're better than him, or if he even feels like any of that, he will try to derail your success by attaching you to him. And he'll bring all of this struggle and all of this, like, got the baby all set up for him to come pick him up, and he don't show up and all that. Like, he will hurt you through the child. And he knows that. Just him, girl, you don't care about him, and he knows that. But you will love the child. So he'll intentionally use the child to get back at you. Promise to do things, promise to be there, promise that he'll attend this event or that event, promise to send you money to help you with this and that. They do it on purpose. Don't just be out here guarding your heart. Guard your womb, too.
We'll be back to our regularly scheduled Sex and the City commentary tomorrow. But I was just watching this episode of How I Met Your Mother. Don't ask me why I was bored. And I finally have the words to encapsulate something that is very important to me. So in this episode, Baby Talk, Ted is dating a woman who is essentially an idiot. And she just can't do basic, ordinary stuff for herself, makes him feel like a big man because she's just like a helpless little girl. And Robin confronts him about why he would want to be with someone so incompetent. And here's what he says.
The Ted that I went out with was attracted to the kind of woman who could use a steak knife without supervision.
For your information, Becky doesn't like steak. She likes pescetti, spaghetti. And more importantly, she makes me feel needed.
Needed? She makes training wheels feel needed.
Hey, it's nice to feel needed. And you know what? It's not a feeling guys get when they're with you.
So, Robin goes into a whole thing where she actually listens to this idiot. But here's the thing. So the things that he was helping this girl Becky with, he killed a spider, she got stuck in a revolving door. He got her out. Like, of course it's over exaggerated, but here's why women hate that trope. So, Ted then confronts Robin about how she didn't make him feel needed in the relationship. She could pay for things. She took charge during, physical intimacy. And, when they thought there was a robber, she pulled out her gun and went to handle the situation rather than cowering behind him. So, everyday ordinary situations. Here's the problem with the concept of men wanting you to be a helpless little girl so they can be a big, strong man. They want you to pretend to be needy. And the reason why I and a lot of women have a problem with this is because it's statistically proven if you actually need a man, they're not going to be there. So 1 in 5 men will divorce their terminally ill spouse. So when you are down at the literal lowest point of your life, coming to its conclusion, these men will leave you. That's when you need someone the most, but you can't allow yourself to be vulnerable because there is a very high chance your partner will divorce you. And that's just the men who divorce you, by the way. There are plenty of men who will do the John Edwards and stay with you and cheat on you while you are dying. And other times when women are extremely vulnerable during pregnancy, that is the time you are most likely to be murdered by your partner. And, it's 11 times more likely for Black women. And it's like, 2-3 times more likely for other women or something like that. But yes, the moment you're vulnerable, that is when your likelihood of being abused by your partner, being unalived by your partner, being assaulted by your partner skyrockets. It's not safe for you to be vulnerable. And men don't actually want you to be vulnerable, to actually need and rely upon them. Because like I said, then they run out the door. They just want to feel needed when it's not actually necessary. So they want you to pretend helplessness so they can cosplay masculinity. Oh, kill the spider, lift the box. open the package. You're such a big, strong man. And you're supposed to be dumbing yourself down, but you have to maintain independence. So they really just want you to play an acting role. And it's just so irritating because they know and you know that you're not actually helpless, because if you were actually helpless, they would not be attracted to it. They don't want to help you if you're helpless. That was a lot more eloquent in my head, but now it's just a boiling stream of rage. So I feel like some of the eloquence has gotten lost. But yes, that's the frustration of it. It would still be toxic, but at least it would be consistent if men wanted you to need them so they could actually do something, but they don't want you to need them. They want you to pretend to need them. They want you to dumb yourself down and, cosplay foolishness so they can feel better about themselves, but you're not allowed to actually be incompetent. I always say that's the problem with the manic pixie dream girl trope. Men say, oh, I want you to be fun. I want you to be carefree. Don't be so uptight. Who cares if this happens or if everything's not perfect? I just want you to be the fun girl you were when we were just dating. No, you don't. You say that because it doesn't cost you anything. But if your wife was really the fun, carefree girl she used to be, just like you, and she didn't care about making sure that the kids' schedule was on point and, that their lunches were packed and their homework was done and all that sort of thing, your lives would fall apart. Do you really want to come home to a girl who is like, having a fun time? Where's dinner? I lost track of time, man. I was getting wasted. I was playing Madden. The new GTA came out. Just had to focus on that. Ha ha ha. Good time. No, you'd be pissed. So you want the right to complain, but you want to also hold her accountable for not being carefree and fun. You can't win. It's a losing game with these guys. Like and follow for more. Because this is a topic that actually comes up on a lot of shows, not just this one. And it all boils down to the same reality, that men do want you to be competent because they expect you to do the work and run the household and be able to take charge of things, but they want the illusion of control. So you're supposed to do everything, and then he's got the final say, or, after you have done all the work of boiling it down to two choices. Well, which would you prefer, hon? This one or this one? And he is the man who's going to give you the final word from on high. And it's like, you want the illusion of control while someone does the reality of all of the work. And it's completely unfair. You want someone to literally act a role to make you feel somehow more masculine. And if women just do the work and they don't want to pretend at the end that the guy has done it, or like he actually, performed masculinity and made it all come together, then you're a shrew. You're a bitch, you're something else horrible. It's like, bruh, we don't have time. We don't have energy. Because if I have to do all the work and then do a little acting role, I just really rather be by myself. And that's why more and more women are saying that. Like, we just don't want to have to play this game too. Oh, well, cater to my ego, stroke my ego. What are we getting out of that? Like, why would we want to have to do that? So, yeah.